Welcome everybody to another episode of the Mute All podcast. My name is Paladin, your host. Today we're going to be discussing week 8 of the NALCS. Now, I know I missed 2 weeks, guys. I do apologize. Had a lot of stuff going on, and to be completely honest with you, I didn't really have time to even watch the games last week and the week before. So I didn't really feel me making a video off watching like the highlights. I just didn't have enough time. So I do apologize. We're going to try to move forward, and I'm not going to miss another Mute All podcast. You can quote me on that, hopefully. So, week 8. Week 8 was nice. I felt we learned a lot in these past 3 weeks. We've learned a lot about a lot of these teams. But really, as NA as a whole, is NA still, we're nowhere near where we need to be to compete in international play. And I'm not talking about MSI. I'm not talking about Rift Rivals. I'm talking about Worlds. And we still, as a collective of talent, we're still miles away from where we need to be. So honestly, let's start at the bottom here. There are 3 teams already that we know of that are out of playoff contention. That is Golden Guardians, Optic Gaming, and FlyQuest. I think most people would have the 3 teams in the bottom. So I'm not too surprised. I am surprised that they won 4 games. Golden Guardian, Optic Gaming, I'm actually very surprised that they won 4 games. They actually look hideous. They look hideous. Both games that they played this week, they look terrible. The other teams that are in contention, the other 7 teams that are in contention: CLG, TL, TSM, 100 Thieves, Clutch Gaming, Cloud9, and Echo Fox. And I went in order from 7th place to 1st place there. So the top 3 teams right now, if the season ended, I think it's the top 2 teams get a bye, right? I believe it's the top 2 teams get a bye. So right now that would be Echo Fox and Cloud9, both tied with 11 wins and 5 losses. Now, watching this week's games, Echo Fox, and I said this on an earlier podcast, Echo Fox, they were not going to last as being the number 1 team in North America. They don't have the talent. And I echoed this statement previously, that the main reason as to why Echo Fox has been so dominant earlier, or basically throughout this entire split, is the meta really worked to their favor. So the meta was really around, they could play extremely aggressive and, solo dependent top lane with Huni, have Dardoch run around making plays, and then they can put their bot laner, they can put their bot lane just in general on a very safe scaling AD carry, like if it was Varus, Kog'Maw, and they could do this and be completely okay. Because then they just need to get to late game, and by that time, it's really hard to mess up playing Kog'Maw or Varus. You just stand still and right click. So they had a very good plan going. Now that the meta is changing a little bit, and yes, a lot of bot laners are still playing those, safe bot lanes with the Varus or with the Caitlyn or the Ezreal early. Top lane is more shifting towards tanks, and this doesn't bode well for Echo Fox. And we're going to see Echo Fox, and I feel also Cloud9 start to struggle a little bit, because both of these teams have they have good rosters, but both of these teams rely heavily on their top laner being dominant. That's their play style. Cloud9 plays through Licorice, Echo Fox plays through Huni. And if you have these guys sitting top lane on a Maokai or a Cho'Gath, you're not going to get the same effect as if they're playing Camille, or if they're playing Kled, or if they're playing Gangplank or Gnar. You're just not going to get the same effect. So that's why you're seeing teams like Clutch Gaming, teams like TSM start to play better. Team Liquid starting to play a little bit better. And because they predominantly have these top laners who they can sit on tanks, and the rest of their, the talent that remains on the rest of their roster is able to pick up the slack that player is leaving down as, being the tanky meat shield, so to speak. Now, I'm not too sure if Echo Fox will fall out of being first place. I mean, they have 2 games next week. It's very possible they would have to win both games. I don't see them. Let's see what they have to play FlyQuest. I would like to say that's an easy win, but we've seen them lose to Golden Guardians. We've seen them lose to CLG. It's hard to say that it's a lock for a win, and then they have to play 100 Thieves. So it's not looking really well for Echo Fox. I feel like they're gonna drop out of first place, probably out of the top 2. And Cloud9 actually, they actually even have, that was a weird accident. I just said that in. Cloud9 also have the possibility to fall from grace here, but I don't expect them to, because they have very good, carry potential in other lanes with Sneaky, with Jensen. So I think they'll be okay. But Echo Fox definitely, they don't have the manpower. Their run as being the Superman team, I think it's over with. I think after this split, if Echo Fox doesn't make any other adjustments and we have to play an entire split with the tank meta, I think Echo Fox is a 5th, 6th place team, unfortunately. Sorry, it's my phone there. Now, I don't want to spend all of our time going over every single team, but the one main thing that I want to go over is the title of this video, just the hopes for NA. And I don't think we really have an answer. I think if let's say this was summer split and split ended already, playoffs are over, and these 3 teams that we have at the top of our top of the standings in NA, which would be Echo Fox, Cloud9, and either Clutch Gaming or 100 Thieves. I'll throw both of them in there right now. I don't think we have a chance to even get a groups right now. I don't think we're there yet. TSM, let's say TSM would make it in there. I don't think TSM is gonna have a chance either. I think TL looks like when TL is playing at their strongest, TL looks like the best potential for international success for us right now. Even though they're 5th place and 9-7, I think they're the best hope for us, because I feel like they're going to play better in playoffs. I feel like they're going to play better next split, but I definitely think internationally this team looks better. Same thing I would say for TSM, but I don't trust the Bjergsen team on the world stage. I just don't. I'm going to go with this TL team who just look stronger. Everyone else though, there's no way you can look at a team and go, okay, Echo Fox is going to get out of groups with Killzone Dragons, or Cloud9 is going to beat KSV, or Clutch Gaming is going to get out and play SKT in the first round and have a chance to win. It's not in the cards for us right now. So what do we need to do? The biggest thing, and I've talked about this before on other episodes, we need to come up with a strategy. We need to get better. We need to become more adaptable as a region. Right now, everyone's playing the same shit. And of course, we've seen Huni, on Echo Fox try to play a little bit, different things. Licorice, he played Kled. We saw today, from 100 Thieves, Someday played Darius in the top lane, things like that. We need to get more accustomed to doing this, because that's how we're going to have success on the world stage. I remember, I think it was when Jensen was still under the name Incarnation. He played Vygar at Worlds. He played Anivia. Like things like that. That's what's going to help us, get better. And right now, I don't see that sort of potential out of anybody. Now, excluding TL, like I said. But I will say there are 3 teams outside of Team Liquid that I feel we will start to learn about a little bit more in playoffs, and that will sort of dictate how I think they're going to perform when it comes to international play. And we'll get a good taste of this at MSI, hopefully. Cloud9, 100 Thieves, and TSM, even though I just said TSM, I don't trust a Bjergsen-led team at Worlds. But I think they have enough experience now at Worlds to be able to possibly get out of groups. I think TSM, if they get out of groups, I think they're getting knocked out in the first round. However, I think I think 100 Thieves and Cloud9 both have the potential to make it out of groups for one, but also get out of that first round in the elimination stage. Or in knockoff stage. 100 Thieves for one, they have someday. And depending on how they finish off the year and if they do end up making any roster changes, I hope they don't. But you have Aframu, very experienced. You have Cody Sun, who hopefully from his time at Worlds last year, he's understood how he needs to play a little bit better. Ryu, solid mid laner. I think he will play better when it comes to international play. And Meteos, another solid veteran. I think 100 Thieves, as well as Cloud9, with their roster of vets, and they have a lot of experience at Worlds outside of Licorice, I think they're going to be prepared and they're going to be ready. I feel those 2 teams, as well as Team Liquid, are my best. If those 3 teams went to Worlds at the end of at the end of the split, I think they would fare pretty well. I don't know if they would get out of groups. Obviously, we'd have to know what their groups were, but I think they have the most potential to. TSM, like I said, they're right on the outside there. I think getting out of groups is probably the peak for them. Not Echo Fox, Clutch Gaming. I think if they were to make it to Worlds, it would be sort of an embarrassment. I'm gonna move my mic here. Okay. I think if Clutch Gaming went to Worlds, it would be sort of an embarrassment. Not because the team is not very good, because they are. It's the fact that they have a very, very known weak point. Even though they've been trying to help him out a lot in solo, you put solo into international play. It's the same thing that's going to happen with TSM when they had Biofrost. Their first year with Biofrost, when he went into Worlds, every bot lane targeted him in double lift over and over and over and over again because they knew he was new and he was not going to be able to handle it. The same thing's going to happen to solo, and then you put him up against these other top laners, man. Whew. It's going to be bad. Like the first time when he played against Huni, I feel like that's what would happen. So I hope we start to see some adjustments here. I like the Darius pick today by 100 Thieves. I'm hoping we start seeing a little bit more of that, and in playoffs we start seeing a little bit more growth. That would be very, very nice. And like I said, Echo Fox is just gonna keep falling. They have no chance. So on the show here, we're gonna go into my picks for next week. On Saturday we have 100 Thieves versus Clutch Gaming. I'm gonna say 100 Thieves is gonna win that. That's gonna be a very, very good game to watch. FlyQuest and Echo Fox. I'm going to call it and say FlyQuest is going to win that game. Team Liquid versus Cloud9, I'm going to say Team Liquid is going to win. Golden Guardians versus TSM. TSM should win that. Counter Logic Gaming and Optic Gaming, I think CLG will win. And also, quick little hot take about Optic Gaming. Decola, is that his name? The rookie top laner that they brought up for their 6-man roster. They need to release Zig, or at least put Zig on the challenger team, because I think this I don't think Zig is that bad of a player. Obviously, because he's on an LCS team, but the problem is I feel this split has completely destroyed any form of confidence that he came into the season with. And there's no point in continuously throwing him at the, throwing him to the wolves and expecting a different result. That is insanity. They need to put him on the challenger team, let him recuperate, let him play, let him get his confidence back, playing against the other challenger players, and give this DeCola kid a chance to shine. Now they won a game with him. He was playing Camille, but maybe they need to try and find a carry top laner that they can play around, because right now, the way Optigaming is playing, they may just do an entire rehaul of their roster next split. So hopefully that doesn't happen, but that's my hot take. Now we'll go into Sunday here. Sunday games, we have Cloud9 versus not Cloud9 versus CLG. Cloud9 versus FlyQuest. Cloud9 should win that game pretty single-handedly. Clutch Gaming versus Golden Guardians. Clutch is going to take that. TSM versus Counterlogic Gaming, the El Clasico of the NALCS. TSM should win that game. I would say TSM. Yeah, TSM should win. Echo Fox and 100 Thieves. I'm going to take 100 Thieves to upset Echo Fox once again. And TL versus Optic Gaming. TL will win that. Thank you guys for stopping here. We'll catch up with you guys next week. And if you guys want to leave your predictions for next week, or if I missed out on anything, you guys want me to talk about something next week, leave it down in the comments below. Like and subscribe. And we'll see you guys next week. Peace.